revive, isolated correction. But even if you really revive, it's
The same
the same
responsibility. So I wanted to like expound on something there. I don't know if it's what I say about it being governed or
No, I tell you
managed.
that
Because we really having some, I think
No,
we'll
I
be
tell you
hearing
that
people
is-
blaming City Council.
was more control, there's more in effect then.
Yeah.
That more effective before, that's what this becomes like it's more or less government right now, like certain things they know the council is supposed to be in charge of. But as don't explain to you, you're not governing it no more.
the governing,
The governing, but they're not
managing, so then you see them effectively
So
on
the,
Right.
so the work is delegated.
So they more or less in a position where they can
write the bylaw,
like for the government to understand, they can more give an advice.
another advice for the structure of our system. This one I understand. For example, you say like you write the bylaw, people on the road, not 3 weeks, if you consider them really, so the approval of the minister, boarding, like you're going to build or put anything on the sidewalk. You have to go to council.
So that recent work we had with derelict people, I don't know if you thought you had a couple of police on the road marking people that need to be moved off. You're saying that would come from the directive of City Council.
Should. Right now, I'm going back. But no one.
So you are saying that government, not
Well,
City
well,
Council.
well. In effect, we can do it, but because of I don't want to bring up anybody, but because of our lack of understanding of the process or the lack of people to do it. Because it's like we go like it's no more because we should be doing that. The government will have to focus on bigger things of foreign exchange and economic and interest.
So it's sounding like, it really sounding like there's an absence of council.
Thank you very much.
And maybe you could expand on that for us? How you feel about it? Is that, I mean, because honestly, I don't really hear much about council and city council, and I don't even know who on council is.
How people thinking of it? How people thinking of it basically as the council basically more or less filming dreams and this kind of thing.
There's so much more
But there's
responsibility.
a
So
lot more
much you,
responsibility as well to tell that the
yeah,
council.
boy. Yeah.
You understand?
Unoccupied lands, he's saying.
Yes.
I would never even think about that. And then promotion entertainment.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, well, growing up, I was a bakery, I always, well, growing up, they always know the tongue board, they always say tongue board. I always write the tongue board, but they always say to come, make sure the class, check all the restaurants, they go to prison, after the role and responsibility of the council.
Have you even been having those types of things being done? People pass around checking
Well, right now, environmental checking. Well, I got versions like that. But
Yeah.
usually, you don't have food understood it, and
You're supposed to have some
it was inspect your
consistent visits.
because people ask me to look like the bylaw. If you have a grease trap installed, you would not be able to function. No, I mean, people think that it will pick up the popularity, but the same we have in the rules, because of the grease going down, we have to have a grease trap, and then the drains of the flow, so it will settle and rot and instead.
But then what, okay, if that is happening, I understand that's happening, but don't think might be hard to tackle that problem. Rather than just get a truck together and like, hey, I have a truck that kind
Mrs. Sonia Lita, and doing a tremendous job. She's a counselor, but doing it through like all of these entities that will be working together and in-house fighting. And and that is why we need the people that will come and reach a device so they can run properly.
Okay. Let's move into that election process because we want to run properly. We have limited time and we don't want to do what we like to. So I think one thing that confuses many people is, so can you explain clearly how many candidates and what are the requirements to do, like, how does it go? What's the process? Like doing what you're doing.
Our polling station.
No, sorry.
You want to, yes, that's a,
Sorry.
People have the option for two candidates.
two candidates.
Yeah, two candidates. Like for Ward 1, we have cash for one.
Yeah.
So my symbol in the field, that's my price.
Mhm.
You can come into vote. You can have the field or which other candidates to got your vote for. Then spread out, right? And like say we go for one more two, we will not for.
I think it's going to be like this. See that people is so fast and it's so it's forward. The homogeneity starts actually with the quality to central the city. But the city actually from that bridge right there, after comfort, all the way to Warmington, and the boundary it is like trying to get to going up to Glasgow. There's a boundary, but the guy is so vast. It is separated in four.
Right.
So each one will represent like two councillors, you make up 8 elect councillors, and then the government will nominate 5 to make it the total 12 councillors. So there's a limit on the amount of people that can contest an election. So normally they establish the election through the government procedure. They nominate people, so we have to pay for the election, and then you have 6 people sign. We have to be 41. So the criteria for you to work and councillor.
What is the criteria for me to vote? I want to know.
When it is exact voting criteria for general elections.
Okay.
So, like presently, the list we have for the general election, the whole list, there will be the confirmation process going on. So, right now, the fully election is going through. We have to revert back to all elections. So once you have been registered to vote in the one of the video result, you are eligible to that process. Every single person in the boundaries stipulated by the law, and that is registered to vote to election in Dominica, they are eligible to vote in general becomes the election. Right? And what else is the party will not confirm it doesn't matter in the event that becomes the next election will be based on confirmation.
Come up with that.
That's why registration normally you have to be registered. Okay,
so we're not there.
we are not there yet. For some reason, they should still have to protest to the plaque to the list. The problem is that the problem is that since the last year, people could not have been gotten on the whole list because registration was stopped because of the reconfirmation process. So based on, I asked, so instruction they have to register people. So yeah, and we 2025 would have registered. The council wrote me the office to the local commissioner office express the decentralized. I like that, like just really the electoral decentralized. You know, we so adamant about decentralized. Right now, we are disenfranchised people that are local, haven't left the country, but
People increase sometimes income. And if you have seen some of the representative of some of the media and you don't just even you figure the lesson, but really you don't want somebody to represent you and you know you're not really going to take care of you. You're not really.
You think that is one of our commitments for the people? Like there's nobody who's really standing up for what they want, what they believe in, what they would like for the future of their country.
Right.
Or do you think it still makes sense to not vote?
Well, but that's not the only reason for people know because what generation they have joined. Motivation. Because
So
they are
inspired.
I don't understand it. Yeah, and then
They need to see what is being demonstrated in the right one.
But based on the comments on social media, because everything is on social media now. People are asking about the competency of the person or offering yourself for service. But I would tell you 2026 and the way we have become docile and because nothing. Right now we don't appreciate the courage of people. I mean the courage of people to stand up to say no, we need to come, we don't have an election. Like no to have an election. Clearly, a few years we didn't have an election. So the courage is very important. The competence to come in after, but people don't want to very.
Well, let me take it back now, because I don't think what I'm going to I want to bring that. Would you know? Yes, the courage. Why must I have courage? Why am I going to vote for in the city council election? Why? Why should I? Because the courage in me.
First of all, people not participating in local elections. Now, the appearance of lack of service from the council. So in the past few years, I don't understand this and that the council has been politicized in such a way that there hasn't been elections taking place. Which haven't been effective people. It's like this morning, I was speaking to a lady and I asked her for her support in the election. And her response was to me was that she's not voting. Last set of people that come there don't know, so she's voting because of it. So
People are disappointed.
People are disappointed, and because of that disappointment in the service and in the management of the community, they are, as they say, people are disenfranchising themselves by not participating. And by not participating, we are from them worse.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to talk to. I mean, I can understand you're upset, you're dissatisfied with past council members. If you're just upset, but it doesn't make sense to try and be upset and then I guess just stay on my.
You know what I really why we have to taking people for granted. Anytime a population have to come out, exercise it, voting out, it has to be some important thing. The people that are going out, asking the people to come out and vote for them, and the people vote for you, and you turn down their vote by not giving them representation to them. We have another choice that basically and tell you that people that people that is going up to give the people representation for the past time. They have been giving people for granted. You know, giving the people the form of representation. Why the people not interested in local government? Because BSF don't realize that the people coming out to it is very important by coming and vote for you. They want you to give them a level of representation in the figure that you can do them to. We have to understand that I'm not what I was lacking for the past time. Representation as Super say very lacking in those things.
I guess that's why you're here, right?
So that is the reason why now we are there, because you know, we have the interest and
I just want
we
to
have the
pause
community
for a pause and just let all our listeners, our viewers know that you can drop your questions, your comments. We'll be happy to read them a little closer to the end and, engage with you guys. We always appreciate it. Anything you'd like to know, anything you want to say, big up, we love it. We appreciate it.
I would love to clarify one thing before we go to the problem.
Sure.
Your comment.
You can see comments better than me, boy.
Yeah. When I say the courage, people have courage, I'm talking about the candidate. I'm not talking about the voter. Because the candidate, because right now, people, they really actually don't worry about it. And we are the recycle the same people every time, not being chosen by the people. So right now, we have a chance. When I say courage, maybe that people you feel that it's more competent than who are the general people going for council. But the people who think that are competent, I say they should have the courage to come up and offer themselves. So I'm talking about the people offering themselves and the electors saying, if they competent, if they can do it, if they have the sense. And I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that. I'm a black man, you might pick up me, so you don't find the more. But I want to tell people who think about well-dressed and well-like, motivate them to get their self-nominated and then vote for them. That is okay. And then to put that part of the process, but people have to have the courage to put themselves up.
I think as well, people.
And then we will get the people at the mark. People that are competent people to vote for. So I don't want to clarify that because I'm on social media and people asking what does this say?
And it is a fair question. It is a fair question. It's a fair question. Because again, like we just spoke about, the past has shown us, we put some people in places that are not competent to perform. They're looking nice and like they're wearing a nice shirt and tie every day, they have degrees, but they're probably just not competent for the position. So I think it's fair to ask this question. I also think what you brought forward is very important.
I appreciate the concern, but then how do we get the people
Agreed. Agreed. We need to build their courage, right? And I think that takes courage from us, the people who are voting. We can't get stuck in remembering how it was, how many years ago when we voted that council member on that, and it just didn't help. We need to get back to a point where we have courage to take a step to vote for somebody else. Yes.
The thing is that something you able to handle fully, but then something goes wrong and then just some of this.
When I think about that too, I also think it's pressure. Being put on a pedestal, huh? You feel like you can't fail, right? But you're human.
But we're supposed to try to.
And I think that is what we want. We just want people who will try and try for what we believe in, try for what we need.
And I believe in getting something done. To start something.
I for one believe in that. You don't have to be no brainiac.
Don't you think it's
Tyrone.
part of it is the ability to communicate ideas, and even in planning when sometimes things fail, your ability to adapt to people and to communicate and to keep that vision, at the focus to get that objective. Because I think we as a community, I mean, we tend to struggle with communication. So I think communication is a big part of it, and that's part of what I appreciate with having a team, because it's clear that we can see the cohesion and the communication of the ideas. Because sometimes a person might see a problem and it might appear simple at face, at face value when you look at it. But to have somebody that can sit down with you and actually, well, not just you, but actually sit down with the community and dissect what is the issue and develop a collective approach to deal with it, where everybody can feel included and have the ability to participate. I think that is what this team represents. So that's just my big.
I don't know the last bit of knowledge I do.
It's one of the last bit of knowledge, yes.
think everybody has a chance to participate. But one of the biggest problems with people say they are nothing. We live in 2026, everything is finance. And I think we have kind of a misconception of both. Like, I don't know some of the things that somewhere.
So how is City Council finance? Let's get to that one.
Yeah, because basically if the municipal package is being revenue drive, then we have the decrease of the license, we have the barriers, there's a company that about the barriers, we have the barriers, you know, we do garbage disposal for private companies. So I don't
In
think
case you're telling me City Council not really too much money now.
like,
Because you just said they're already doing their jobs again.
no, we're doing the commercial garbage. We have like big spaces we do the garbage at the peak. But I talk about the main revenue, the revenue stream is for tax,
Okay.
land and house rates. And honestly, City Council have to look at the finance. We don't have the road running on negative deposit for years.
Okay.
So then, when the part of the effectiveness of City Council is the lack of finance to do what needs to be done. I have just let that to what's I there. So to the people are disappointed, people in the past council and the past before that is the lack of the economical strength.
But I mean, okay, the lack of economical strength, and I'm supposed to look on.
Right.
Sitting there, you see me in negative for how many years? How do we
We
improve
probably
it?
generate the revenue.
Right. No, that's all that question. That's another show.
Another show, right. But I just
Your
like
ideas about
ideas people, so I
But-
will get a time so we can more in depth on it because
But I want to ask any of you on the panel, how then do we as residents keep you guys in check? How do we keep the city council accountable? Like what you're supposed to do? And just being really honest about that. If I have a complaint, if I have a concern in my community, you know, how do you think I'm supposed to keep a council member in check?
how would you know the most before?
I guess it's that too. However you want to put it. That's what it is.
Your authority over the city council is the minister of communication. Genuinely, your communication of community development, right? If you genuinely have a problem with your council, write a letter to the minister that is specifically so that the minister, according to the law, initiate an investigation into the council after your complaint. If your complaint is valid or unlawful,
So what about you other councillor carrying that letter to be
when it's a complaint about you, you most likely will not carry a complaint about you to the minister, but the citizenry have the ability to write to the minister, the council not above up, the council have checks and balances, and the minister is a check and balance.
Yeah.
Dante was saying, when the council writes values, they are subject to approval by the minister. Unless the minister does not approve,
The central government, we
and
have
the
to
minister
cabinet.
said the minister does not approve,
Yeah.
nothing can happen.
Have you ever heard of someone going to the minister and actually
No.
no, I know it's a that's the law.
That is basically his perspective.
This is what's written in this
No, that
law
is it.
book.
So
That's the law.
That's the process and the procedure we should take to make a complaint as a
It
resident.
doesn't mean if you have a problem, you can write a letter to the council.
What I'm thinking about is, if I am here listening to you and you are experiencing all the things that you're going to do and you have your plans and whatever, I give you that chance.
Right.
You know, I give you that chance. And then all I see is, I don't know, a lot of.
You put me on.
No, but on a serious,
So that's why I have to wait and vote you out.
on a serious, before we go on a serious note, any decision that we council is a 30-member panel.
Uh-huh.
The mayor doesn't have a vote. But any decision to do something, and when you vote start, see, and you get the council give you a chance to voice anything to vote, but you cannot come and like, and we have been a community and you can come as it is in all your right to be here, to listen to the discussion.
So you say I cannot stand and bring up a concern or opinion.
You come to the council meeting, you come to give you a chance to deliver the
Okay.
but in the council confirmation, you will have but what I mean to tell you, you will see firsthand what that taking place. I think that is the next best step. But it is that we don't have a proper area where that actually goes because of the community that will actually be alignment. So then therefore having a problem with the council, first you have to come to the meeting, understand, read the minutes, which is gazetted, and understand what's going on in the minutes.
It's almost like parliament.
That is how you elected voting for you.
So I go to the meeting. Things are announced publicly. How do I find out about a city council?
Or then you go to your council election.
Why must I go to the council election? That should not be advertised, it should be public, transparent.
Because when the council meeting is on a regular, like.
So if I have it right, I feel like then it should be publicized that we are having
if you get from it, I did the right to attend the meeting.
Right.
And as a resident.
Okay.
So it's not like basically like you're invited. But because if you stand up, you want to come and develop again, you come, you attend the meeting, and then you attend the meeting, you come to give your time for your people.
Yeah, but
So
what
let
you
me
say,
ask-
how is she going to know if it happens?
The company won't support you.
No, but when do I know what's made? I mean, it's in the first month.
Because there are laws of the council, so the council meets on the third Wednesday of every month.
Like we know that. Right?
No, but you see, it's every citizen's
If
responsibility.
you ask,
Right.
I will tell you because it's my responsibility to tell the company,
But
but I
you-
cannot do all the
So you're saying that for me to have this type of, I must have that type of relationship with a council.
Not just
No,
Where
that.
I can,
no,
where I
no,
can
no,
say,
no.
hey, let me call up Nancy. What's up now? When is the council meeting?
No,
I can
So let me tell you, avenue, no, let me tell you, because every district council, every district council is gazetted. So we can go to a gazette, you can take that and read what's taking place in the council.
and it's a damn newspaper.
No.
No, there's a national gazette. Everything happening in governance in Dominica is gazetted monthly.
So where can I find
The
that?
government
I cannot
printing.
talk like a real, I don't understand it.
Yeah, the government
Where can
printing.
I find that?
The government
You can purchase it
And it's also online.
online, right?
It's also
Okay,
online.
okay,
Social media time. But you can
That's-
access it
you
if
can
you
do
don't
that
if you
actually.
don't write as a national thing. The gazette and then you know everything that is going on in cabinet, even in
And
law,
it will
in
tell me on
parliament,
this
in public
date we
time.
have a meeting.
Then when the gazette will have
And it will tell you everything that went on, even if you
Okay,
wasn't there.
exactly.
the information you ask me here.
So I don't want to stray, but it
I
makes me
like
wonder, it just makes me wonder, how accessible is that information?
Easy because you have to want it.
You have to know.
You have to
that as
want
well.
it.
Well,
You think it's too
I
much?
think there is a lot about that. But there's information, there's a lot of that.
I think I have on that.
There's a lot in that. But there's a gazette published monthly in Dominica, everything that is happening in the commerce of Dominica, within the confines of the lawmaking bodies. It is gazetted and it's coming to law. Only law that is taken is gazetted. And it is gazetted is not law. So if you want to know what laws take effect, you can just consult your gazette regularly. But as I said in the beginning, I think it was point like if we are just extremely occupied. Because that information there, I mean, there are people that know that, and the people that read the gazette regularly and people are going on there. So it's something that everything that's going on.
If you said there's some people out here, let me ask you, what is the thing reading that gazette? I just want to be honest. Like, what age group is reading that gazette?
Yeah.
50s, so the 40s, the 60s, those ideas. Be careful that you're thinking younger.
I know, I'm in my
Yeah,
40s, I know.
yeah, this-
But reading the gazette, I guess I should
I'll be
know.
honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I'll come for 9 years. I really would go in the gazette when I have something to cheat in the gazette to find out what to say. But normally the gazette supposed to be, it's supposed to come to the council more also. So the gazette will be available to the council, which so if it's not the council to always ensure it means the gazette is given to the council and the council is available to the council. One thing that is the council as a managed body responsible to make the gazette available to the council as a government body. They manage the city council to the office and the board of the council can do that business and the council. And then the media will be considered the chairman of the board of directors. Because people are taking into terms to understand it's like backward, but then the title is stood upon you as the chairman of the board of the title, the mayor, and the board councillors. And you can be honored in the law, that is in the gazette. So if you're interested in the law, or you're interested in constitutional things, you can be interested in about the council and learn about it.
Another important thing people must understand, no one person can truly run for mayor of a community. You cannot say maybe people directly for you as mayor. You should not run to be mayor, or to be a councillor. I can't be chosen as the mayor.
Be like, no. But
Information. Use it. I guess that's why you're addressing.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
because some people believe that you're directly voting for a mayor, but no, you're voting for people to be on the council.
And from there,
the mayor is elected from council members. The 13 members come together and elect the chairman, the mayor. Okay. I think it's just like it is just like a campaign strategy. Look from the mayor. No citizen of Roseau actually directly involved in electing the mayor. Electing the councillors that are charged up for
The team picking the captain.
yeah.
He's coming in now. I'm sorry, but recreational thing is a big issue for me. Okay, and I part of.
We're going deep into their solutions and stuff. Right?
Yeah.
I was hoping we got another show.
Yeah, I just about to ask that.
Because I think today's really about
Okay, so
we can information.
Well, I
well, today we'll be focusing on what is this council, how do you vote, the whole process, things that we have misconceptions about. I mean, it was a lot of information. If you really listen to this again, I did a lot of things. Gazette, what about Gazette? Nobody even tell us, you have to share with us where we could actually find Gazette, please. So you could decide. No, I don't want to pay. So it was online. I'm a millennial. I want to go online.
Online. So well, it's government website there.
Okay.
Government website. What you get to go to I can tell exactly where we
I understand. I think that information is important to young people. I am very concerned about reaching young people. Not the older ones, but I mean the older ones. It's not the future. Yeah, not the future. You're supposed to help the future, So I feel like we have to focus a lot on
but
young
you see,
people too.
before there was social media at the time, we used to have the Gazette being discussed.
So you're going on
We were in that generation. So, no, but part of the council continue to engage with the schools and
the Ministry of
yes, that's part of so, so I mean all of this is part of what can be introduced as revitalizing the country.
I can talk about a lot of
you cannot ingrain a city or city education without having
But if you like the information, because I am in future function, people know, the council comment. But if you elect us, if you elect us, we'll have many more of the discussion. We can like we take the republic. So that, you educate him so that you know better how you integrate this yourself with the council and what exactly that going on. So I will let open for the moderator for the question.
Well, I like to give people who are listening a chance to ask some questions. We're talking a lot, you know. And it's good to, yeah, we need to listen.
Yeah.
It's very important to listen. So I go off and there's Margaret. Hi Margaret, how are you? So they're saying they're not doing much in real life. I guess she's referring to the council that's there. And again, she asked to the government overtake the council. I don't think Dante used those exact words.
I don't use those words.
Yes, I think it's an delegation, the management of the responsibilities is no longer.
Because expand over the years that it
For the city council to manage on it.
Look at this. I find a very powerful comment. The councils have allowed the government to perform their role.
Thank you very much.
Period.
Yes, I think that is one of the issues we have here. Then I would say the councils alone because we keep on allowing and then blaming somebody. Because if we elect people that not partisan and will fight and will uphold their responsibility, we will have that. But when the council laugh and then the government, the power come and take over responsibility, if you will find like someone will say the power working or the power working on our level. And the government same.
And I would
launch and properly.
I want to say you'll be tuning in again. That is a powerful thing. The council and this unified front here will take back the responsibility. You know, and I guess just take back the responsibility.
You know, you easy, but I guarantee you, if you can get the time with us,
I will.
I think this question is a little more grounded and more organized.
But I try to keep us. Let's hear from Liz Peltier because I thought this was a very nice comment, very motivated. My father's when he was in mayor, all those years ago. And she says, I like the team. They are ready to take council. And mayor is a gentleman in purple. I don't know what purple you see there, but okay. We have someone saying environment advocates. Environment helps us by have restaurants. I will have details of that. Do we notice? Okay. Yeah. So again, I think it's joke. Right? I love the response. Joke. Joke. Oh, very interesting name. She says, funny picture. I love the responses. This is not about blaming and classification. This team has ideas that can be implemented and see about unity and new vision vibes. We don't want no kind of trick day. Sorry, question. One country, one people, and you know, as you say that joke, we definitely will get people to their ideas this week. Right? Definitely, so you have to join us again. If you have I don't know what day will be. Would you let us know? Yes.
We can try to get a bit of time people tired of these work.
Avril, I don't know if we touched on this, guys, but I know we spoke about budgets for the council, but Avril is asking, does each council get a budget from the government? Let's clarify that again for her.
Each council gets
a budget.
This one might know that it's a subvention from government. Council have to deliver budget, the yearly budget, but council is responsible for raising the funds of that budget. Government responsibility is a subvention, and I know the other councils Just and you will so to give you an idea of the salary, so that you get the idea of how much money you get from the government. So I know some people think that we have a money from the government and we're not doing the work, but actually, my people, the money should be coming from all of these residents of Rose.
Okay. Tyson says London is locked in. Thank you, Tyson, for joining. Yeah, real talk. Blessings, my brothers. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but I know who you are, Mr. Newton. How about a 15-minute program on the TV before the nightly news to educate the public about council matters? A suggestion.
That is a great suggestion, but then we have been elected to actually bring that suggestion.
Really?
Yes,
So
sir.
you have to be elected to
Love that.
educate us about council?
No, not really, but then if we have the council, council can put a budget for that because we are extremely on television. On radio. You have to get that budget.
But honestly, are you committed to by educate us about the council commission?
We do that.
Every Monday we try to do that, not just on a council level, but on a national level.
Yeah, we do this
But I
every
mean,
Monday.
if we are councillors, that I will have a perspective, but we have the inside information, and then we can qualitatively and give you solid information. Like right now, we should be some of the people what we read, but then we are able to shape and form and put bodies and
We'll be able to communicate ideas based on
I want
facts.
to put some pressure on this team.
We'll be able to
I hope
build
we can really get a little
facts.
program, and I'm not gonna put pressure on which platform. But it'll be nice when you guys are elected into council that there is a program. You know, like people, I don't want to read the Gazette. I don't want to read the Gazette. You understand? I think people understand how important it is to get a voice. I want to read it. I
the publicizing it, like,
don't publicize it, but it can be a program to allow us to elect you. I elect you. I feel like you can be
lovely, it's lovely.
it almost feels like after I want to see you again, I want to talk to me again.
As I told you,
Uh-huh.
people that you elected right responsible for what they want. And
Mhm.
that's why I said certain all the people going to inspire people to come out and put them in that way. Why you might find something that's care about it. Sometimes people that be involved in it. But anyway, none of what I say is right.
I don't
I mean,
think
also, not to say that. I mean,
Like I want to be different, I understand, but that's why it's important. And understand that the people who vote in, so if you want someone like say asking for your show, come here and say, hey, make sure you guys to our show us as your right. Because you just in that position and you tell us you want that. We have to find a way.
behind the scenes, I know you have to comment about it. But tell you, if you change, rise up, come and vote people, like vote and then complain. Because I don't think people haven't been voting, they have been.
okay, we are about to wrap up. One last comment, and I think it's a good one for you guys to take note of again from Jamaican. I think she said, how about also live voice, oral comments on your next broadcast? Now, that would be a technical thing, but Tyrus needs to say, I don't know if he can make it very all time, you know? You know what I mean? And
We can make a representation.
I don't know about that. There's a lot of money.
Well, next program, try to make it so that people can call in.
You try.
And we can talk.
We're not promising, but we will try to make it. So guys, I want to thank all of you for tuning in. We want to keep you guys long on the live, and we also want to thank you because coming up soon again this week, we'll be talking again with these panelists, our candidates, the council, our city council election, March 20 to 2026. Please mark down the date. It is time to just get the past and time for us to put the courage to go there and vote for change. Right? Starting from the local government.
Moderation, the people are there. You know, and more people are there interested. Even sometimes we get them because the only time you can participate in the discussion, even after calling, and people are going to call, but not some kind of people to come in at the platform. But
It also Moun Sewye
it's all about the evolution of ourselves, the evolution of Roseau, the upbringing of Roseau, and of our communities and ourselves on the whole. So, you know, I want to thank you for that, Daniel.
No problem. I want to thank you guys for that. Yeah, for being on the panel tonight and for sharing your insights and helping to clarify the role and responsibilities of the City Council. We talked a lot about it, guys. Replay this, go back to it, share it. A lot of us need this information now because in 2 weeks' time, March 26th, or 23rd, sorry guys, Monday, March 23rd, 2 weeks' time, we need to go out there to vote for change, right? And thank you to everyone who joined us live, asked your questions, and it could be time to learn more about the process. So conversations like this are important. You know, informing ourselves more as a public, you know, it's essential for strong local governance, right? So, March 20th, we'll know that from now, we will talk to the Moun Sewye. And we have a lot more to talk about. Let me get to the point there. Ideas.
And we are.
You know, we always need to know this, right? Yes, my name is. It has been my pleasure tonight. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. And we talk to you guys soon.
There you go.
Yeah.